Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. Hope everyone out there is doing good, having fun. I'd like to give thanks to all the people out in the world that have watched my videos. Thank you. I'd like to thank all the people that hit the subscribe button and the alerts and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. I also like to thank the other Genx tubers out in the world. They do wonderful channels, and they're worth watching. So it's just kind of one of those things. Today's video, I want to talk about scammers. Just simply because a lot of the channels that I follow on a regular basis are experiencing people using their name or using their that person's or that channel's influence to try to scam people. Small as my channel is, that I don't think that's going to happen with mine, but if it does, just know that for me this is a hobby. This is something I enjoy to do. I'm not trying to monetize. I'm not trying to get rich. I support the people that are out there making a living doing superb videos, but for me, it's not me. It's not what I'm about. So, I will never ask you for anything. I will probably never ask you for money. I will probably never have a merch store or anything like that. I will probably refer the hell out of a bunch of stuff that I like on the net and YouTube and other places. But as far as me soliciting money, gifts, anything, not going to happen. Won't happen. I doubt my channel will ever be big enough for me to be concerned with that. So it's just something you need to do. You just keep an eye out for it. Another thing is if you get an email or a message or something claiming to be from one of your favorite YouTubers or Twitch people or Twitter people or what have you, always go to the source. What I've done in the past, I haven't had to do it recently, but I've done it in the past, was you go, and what I've done is do a copy paste, send them a message going, hey, did you send this out? There's a bee flying in front of the lens right now. That should be interesting when on the playback. Just a little honeybee. We got rain the other night and the bees are out, so that's cool. That's going to be interesting when I look at it in the playback when I go to edit. But as I was saying, before I was interrupted by such a small thing, what I'll do is either email or go, if they have like a Facebook page or a comment section on their YouTube, I'll cut and paste and go, did you put this out? Yes or no? And a lot of times within minutes I'll get a response of, no, that's a scammer, thank you for letting us know about it. it's like I don't have a problem with calling these scammers out. I can't even think of a time or any time that I've gotten a message or something like that and went to the source and went, hey, did you put this out? That they've ever come back and said, yes, we did. 100% of the time, at least for me, it's been, no, we didn't. And thank you for letting us know this is happening. Because a lot of, especially these big YouTube channels that I watch, like Bo the Fifth Column or Emma Thorne or Generation Tech and stuff, these people, this is their livelihood. This is what they do to pay the bills, put food on the table, stuff like that. And the last thing they need to have is somebody out there undermining their integrity. All of these things, all these different ones that I've named have earned a credibility with me through their content, through things that they've done and said, what have you. Try not to kick over the tripod. I got an itch. But and I don't want, especially something that I like, something I enjoy, I don't want to see somebody else undermine their integrity, the trust that their fan base has given to them. It's just one of those things that for somebody to sink low enough to try to do that just infuriates me. It just, to no end that this person goes out and does all this work, spends all this money, time to build up this reputation, and some scammer comes along and just undercuts it. That is something that just irritates me. Now I have, in all honesty, I've had YouTube channels that I liked, that the person doing the YouTube channel just kind of at some point, and I like to believe, I might be wrong, I like to believe they just get overwhelmed. Especially, I've seen channels that were so small, channels that where I was like one of the first 10 or 15 people to subscribe, then it blows up. They do that one video that gets everybody talking about their channel, and it just blows up. I think at some point when it's just an explosion like that, that it can become overwhelming. That's one of the reasons why the bee's back. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy my channel being small. Being small, I have the ability, when someone makes a comment or something, I can, if I choose to, and I do most of the time, unless it's just a negative comment or just something that is trying to provoke a response, I generally will reply, and in my reply will thank you for taking the time to make a comment, because I truly am appreciative that someone that takes, 10, 15 valuable seconds out of their life to jot down a comment. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that time is actually more valuable than money, because you can always get money back. You can't get time back. And once it's gone, it's gone. It's just the way of the world. This bee is just, this bee just wants to be a YouTube star so bad. But no, it's just, and if there are channels out there that you're subscribed to, and there's channels out there that you really like, it's kind of, I got chickens over here hanging out, keeping an eye on them. But I feel, because a lot of these, especially your bigger channels, the ones where they're doing it for money, they're doing it out of a passion. Me, it's a hobby. Some of these people are doing it out of a passion, and I can't fault them for it. It's not, because it's not something I want to do. It's not something I'm going to criticize or malign or whatever. This is simply because they see an opportunity and they're taking advantage of this opportunity. So I also feel as a fan, a proper fan, that if there's something that they may or may not know about, to let them know, go, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I'm getting in my email, this is what I'm getting in my notifications about you. You may want to check it out. You may, you know. And a lot of times the people that do these channels, and usually it's like Bo the Fifth Column. All you ever see is him in his videos. But I guarantee he has a team of editors, script writers, all that. Where I'm sitting here just pulling this stuff out of my ass, these people have very dedicated people. These people that work for them, they have to take care of. So something that undermines their monetary status, their credibility, their honor, and stuff like that, they need to know about so they can fix it. It's just kind of taking care of our own. You have a variety of YouTube channels that cover varieties and varieties of subjects, topics, everything, that some I agree with, some I disagree with, some I watch simply because I disagree with them so strongly that I'm trying to get where and why, what they're coming from, how they're seeing things. And sometimes you can get to a point where you can offer an olive leaf, and some of these content creators have been able to move to like a center ground, especially your political, religious YouTubers out there. The education level of some of these people is abundantly high. Some of it is abundantly low. So you have to find what suits you, and by helping them take care of their channel, by possibly stopping a scammer before it gets big, before it actually starts eating into the profitability of a web channel, you give them something, you let them know something's going on, they can go out, they have the resources to nip it in the bud. So yeah, it's a thing. Scammers are out there. You get these lowlifes that go out and they do these things. They spoof IPs, they spoof, addresses, it's just, That's one of those things that in the digital area you have to be, you know, cognizant of. It's kind of like, I don't know, digital kidnapping. When I was growing up as a kid, that was the big thing, kidnapping. Always travel in groups, you know, don't talk to strangers, blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing, when you put it all together, it's basically the same thing. When someone comes in and they're scamming, they're kidnapping said YouTuber's identity, they're kidnapping this person's channel, what have you. I'm using YouTube because this is where I post my videos. I don't do TikTok, I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter. Every now and again I'll post videos to my Facebook page. Sometimes I do videos for other things, but I'm trying to think. There's a Twitter clone that I do about once every 3 or 4 months. Look at it. I can't think of the name of it. I do it so rarely, but YouTube is my big vice. I watch lots of YouTube videos, and I have certain pages that I feel a certain amount of loyalty to. If something seems sketchy or creepy or something, to go, hey, this is what's going on, you may want to check into it. Which I guarantee all of your YouTubers, your professional YouTubers, aren't going to be mad at you, because what you're dealing with is their livelihood, their personage, basically their livelihood. That pretty much covers it. So that's kind of my bit on for scammers. Until next time, peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?